Hey guys, it's morning time. Sun's over here. I actually got up at 7 o'clock this morning. It's a little after 9 o'clock and it does feel hot. It's gonna be in the 90s again today, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out to the garden a little bit this morning, see what all I can get done. I'm just so excited to get all this planted, you know. Then I can just sit back and watch everything grow and maybe weed here and there, you know, just the fun part. So I have my garden planter and we need to go get our tools and everything. The hoe, the rake. And my yardstick. That way I can measure. And we are on green beans. I'm gonna get my seeds out of here. And we have some markers here. They might say corn on them, but that's okay. I know what they are. So I got it down in my book. I was writing every single little thing on these markers that I made with cutting out plastic from anything. These are from mushroom buckets, from mushroom bucket tops from when I worked back at Domino's. I would bring home the mushroom containers and use the buckets for things and use the tops and cut them. So I was writing every little detail on these, but as it rains, it washes off the names and everything. So I've been recording better in my garden planner for that. All right. I'm gonna get you guys set up over here on my little table. If you watched the video before, we planted the second row of green beans. So here's the first row of green beans, and here's the second row of green beans. Woohoo! We got two different kinds of beans in this set. I have Blue Lake bush beans all the way down to here, and then we started another kind of bean, which we're going to continue in the next row. So, keep finding all kinds of little weeds that pop up throughout the whole garden, but since I'm in this spot, I'm going to go ahead and pluck them. They're probably morning glories, really. Okay. Foot apart on my rows. Let me get a marker. Forgot. Two different markers, one for the front, one for the back. sure that looks way crooked. Okay, let's try zucchini. I think that's what it is. Put it up there. Now we just got to get our beans out. We was using the Burpee Stringless Green Pod green beans. Grab out my scissors here to cut off this tape. This is an heirloom variety, and I purchased this, like I said, in a mixed batch at Amazon, I believe. They are non-genetically engineered seeds, so they are the real thing. It's sad that there's only a few in these packets, but that's okay. That gets me started. That's all it was, really, was a starter. And if I remember correctly, last night, these are 6 inches apart. So I'm going to measure those and get them out and count them as I go. That was 8 plants. I'm going to put me a marker at the end of that. There we go. So now I got like BSGP. That's what I want to condense it down to. BSGP. We have 8. And I'll record it on this one like I did last night. Last night I went in and put actual little dots. I got little brown dots for my brown seeds, and I got the blue lakes here. They're green dots. They're every 2 inches apart, so they're closer together, and these actually look like 6 inches apart since this is a foot square. So I'll go back and put that in when I go in the house with my crayons, markers, whatever. Takes me back to when I was a little girl doodling. All right, my next green bean is gonna be, this is a bush bean, tender green improved bush bean. So we'll write that one down. Tender green improved bush bean, heirloom variety. I put HLV on it for heirloom variety. Okay, let's open these up. I just cut like a little tiny slit on the top, or I don't interfere with what information might be on the packet. I've been saving these packets. I don't trash them. I've got a little bucket in the house that I'm putting all these in so I know when to harvest and stuff like that. Because like I said, I'm still new and I'm learning. and it might have some good information on those. Ooh, these beans look like tiger stripes. No, I don't know. Like a brown and black mix bean. Pretty cool. And how far apart are these gonna go? Spacing between rows is 2 foot. What's that? 2 to 3 foot. I've got that already. And seed spacing is 4 inches. All right, so we got 4 inches in between these. I'll write that down. 4 inches apart. Go ahead and get you guys flipped back around here. All right, 4 inches apart. Fourteen. And the first one's 6 inches apart away from the other bean because that needed 6 inches to grow. So I got 14. Let me write that down on my book. 14. I'm gonna say T I B B, and I put 6 inches between. I got 14 on there. I got 8 here. All right. Now I've got one more row here of beans. So we'll see if we can squeeze in another row in there. I'm gonna be out in the garden until about 11 o'clock. That's when I go in, wash up, cool off before I have to DoorDash at 11:30. DoorDash 11:30 till about 1:30. And then we have a doctor's appointment to go to today. Oh yeah, I gotta get you down on the ground so it won't topple. Well, oh, I might need to scoot you all over. Is that what it is? So you can see. There. Come on. Take more time trying to situate you, huh? Alright, let's put you on the back side of this fence and stick you through. And maybe lean up against the fence that way. There we go. Now, I'm going to go back and cover these up after I get this one measured. Oh goodness. Down in the ground like I want you to. There we go. Have y'all noticed that weeds grow fast? They sure do. And then sometimes I miss them too, but I could have something completely weeded and the next morning, boom, more weeds or something popping up. That's pretty cool. Now this looks like it needs to come out. And 4 inches. And 4 inches. Connect the dots. And 4 inches. And 4 inches. Dots. And 4 inches. And 4 inches. Connect the dots. There's that marker. That's my Latin marker with the erasure. I don't know why, but you don't want to go on the ground either. Neither does a dang stick. Come on. There we go. So we got 2 inches here. here. Gotta get down to the dirt though. I was in a hurry too. I had to lay down a bunch of cardboard before they started mulching so it would go on the cardboard instead of on the grass. I was trying to make sure they overlapped and stuff too. Now we're down to the dirt, I think. Yeah. Okay. I draw as straight as line as I can. I kind of put whatever trash I have in my walkways and I'll go back and pick it up later. Y'all moved on me. Huh?
They're starting to grow. Blank no.
Mm-hmm.
Who's planting that? Morgan.
No, it's the YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube recording. Alright. These are 4 inches apart. These are green beans. I got 4 rows here already.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have 4 rows of corn.
That'd be alright.
The rest of it's all planted already.
I know it's got a little white thing.
Yeah. They got something in them. I'm excited. Getting all of it planted.
You might have to water them this week. It's gonna be a drought.
I don't water.
I know.
I let the rain do it all. And that's why they come up good.
You ain't gonna get no rain for a little while though.
That's alright. They'll just be a while coming up. I've done that before.
Morning Dale give them some.
Yep.
It's nice to watch me right now.
It is getting hot, yes.
It's saying it's done being done.
13. I put my little marker about an inch away from the last beans where I put it, if y'all want to know. So how many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I thought it was 13. I wanted to double check. I'm gonna write it down. Alright, so I went ahead and wrote down this kind. This is Top Notch Golden Wax Garden Bean, heirloom variety. And we got to plant these 6 inches apart. Let's take a look at these beans. Oh wow, they are white with a little bit of brown on them. Pretty cool. 6 inches apart. So I'm gonna go 6 inches from the last bean planted. Well, my iPhone said temperature too hot, needs to cool down before you can use it. So I finished planting those last few beans. That was 9 plants, and I'm fixing to go cover them up. And I have you all over here in the shade so my phone don't die. I can die, but my phone can't die. Oh, 10 o'clock, I guess. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. I got another hour until 11. But do I want to be out here in this here heat? I don't know. Yay! 4 rows of green beans are done. Yeah, some sweating, some sun. It's all good for you. I get to the point where I can't stand it anymore. That would be when I go in, or 11 o'clock. And put all this in my walkway. Can't plant in cardboard, but it was nice to help with everything. I feel like I'm redoing, undoing, redoing, undoing, redoing. And the reason why mine seems so difficult is because I don't have the money to go buy as much wood chips that I need. So I'm doing things a little at a time, and I'm just showing you that you guys can still do it a little at a time. From your own backyard, whatever space you've got, use it. If you don't have a backyard, you got concrete pad, get you some pots. See what all can grow in a pot. And if you like it, try it. Try to grow it. I wasn't much on vegetables at the beginning, but as I get older, and as your taste buds change and all that kind of stuff, you might want to start with what you really like. Like, I liked cucumbers. Hank liked tomatoes. So we started with cucumbers and tomatoes. We all like green beans too, but I don't think I started out with green beans the first year. So that's what I started with. I started with cucumbers and tomatoes and watched how those growed and how much space they need. It's a learning process. You don't just wake up one morning and know what to do. You have to get out and you have to actually do it in order to learn it. I have been one of those hands-on learners. You can tell me all you want. Some of it will stick in my brain, but not everything will stick in my brain. And not everybody learns like I do either. I've watched videos and watched videos on something I like, but until you do it yourself, you ain't gonna know how much space you need and all that. You'll look back and be like, man, I put that way too close together. I can't even get in there to get it. I'm gonna have to step here or there. You know, you will figure that out on your own. Most people have a lot wider walking places, walking paths or such, I should say, than I do, but I know I wanted to have a big garden this year, and in order for everything to fit in my big garden that I was wanting, I decided to go from 3-foot walkways down to 2-foot walkways, which gave me more growing room. Before, I think it was 2 years ago, might have been last year too, I don't know, but I had issues with my back, and so I bought that rolling garden chair. Do you all see that? Yeah. That green chair in behind me with wheels. Very nice to use. Very nice when you have a bad problem with your back. You can't bend over like I've been doing. Get you a bucket and sit on it. But then you got to stand back up, scoot down, put your bucket down. I did that for a while. These things I got at Tractor Supply, I believe. And at the time might have been 60 something dollars, $70. And that is not cheap when you're living on an income that's real low like mine. I'm below poverty level. And there's only so much that you can do as one person, you know? So, you save up and get what you need. Don't do like I did and get a credit card. Then you gotta be paymented to death is what I call it. I don't like being paymented to death. Now that the cards are maxed out, it stopped everybody from, can I have this, can I have that, can I have this? Stopped everybody from that. Stopped me from saying, yes, you can have that. That was my problem. Stopped all that. Now, if you want something, what do you gotta do? You work for it. You work, save up that pennies, if that's all you can save, and now they're changing it to where we ain't gonna have pennies. You'll be saving nickels. Don't matter. Saving something is something. Might take you a while to get it, but okay. Until you do get it, you gotta do what you can with what you got. Ooh, that's a big old spider that went across there. I don't know if y'all seen that or not. Shit. I don't like spiders too well, but the older I'm getting, you know, you're outside, you stay outside, you're fine. In the house, I used to kill them. Now I try to see if I can't catch it. Woo. See if I can't catch it in a cup or something with a top and toss it out. So I realize they're just in the wrong place. But it can come back. But I haven't seen them come back, so I'm lucky on that. Phew. Thank you, Lord, for what little breeze you're giving me. Feels nice. All these dandelion roots. I love them. I hate taking them out. There we go. I just can't have you in the corn garden right now. There's more root down in there. It'll probably come back next year. I know one thing, this is a good exercise routine. I don't take out time to go to a gym or What's that do? That costs money. I don't even go over here and help on the little trampoline or the big trampoline. Why? Honestly, I don't have time for that. This right here is my exercise. Anyway, back to that chair. I would have rows that were big, wide enough to get that chair through. That's what I did. Which I think 2 foot, it will go through. I could set on it in 2 foot as well. You might have a jungle to go through, but hey, it's shade when you're harvesting. It's good for harvesting, getting down low, all that good stuff. I know one thing, I think I'd rather have the sun like I got and sweating versus mosquitoes at night. It's only got a very short amount of time. Another marker. I'm gonna lay that right there to use for my next row. Thank you. I'm getting a little tired of the hoe right now, so I'm gonna get the rake and smooth out that area. Got a lot of mulch here too. tape again. Yeah, see, there's a bunch of mulch right here. There's that marker. Onto that tape. That may not be tape, it might be just like plastic on the boxes. It is. So some of those glossy boxes, don't put them in your garden. Learn from me. You'll be picking it up later. Alrighty. Sweating. Alright, we're gonna try and get this all knocked out today, y'all. The hard part is actually chopping. Where's my edge at? That's what I was trying to find. Okay. Here's my edge. Didn't want to lose that. And here's this edge. marker. Go down here for this edge. To turn around because sun's hot on that side. Almost done. I really don't have time to edit videos. Feel free to skip through some boring areas. Some people might want to watch the whole thing. Starting to get a twinge in the back right there. So when you start getting twinges, you need to change so you don't hurt later. You might still hurt later, but it could be a whole lot worse. And I can't tell what's weeds and what ain't, so I'm gonna switch to my garden rake. But for real, y'all, you gotta stop. I used to be a workaholic, and I was seeing real fast in a hurry, but I was getting my body down. You can't be a workaholic. You keep working while you're hurting. My husband has shown me that. he worked while hurting regardless when he was little, a growing boy. And that's why he has become disabled at a young age. Don't do that to yourself. And then I had a grandmother that was also a workaholic, and she is way down. Like, she can't even walk without a walker a few steps. That's what it gets you when you get older. She's in her 80s. You don't want to be that way either, and you're 80. You want to be able to walk around. She's told me a million times, Laura, watch your back. Laura, watch your back. And I wouldn't listen when I was younger. And sure enough, my back went out. Sciatic areas that I know of, because I didn't go to the doctors. But I went to a chiropractor, and they told me about it when I was pregnant. It was free, and I had the best pregnancy and the best labor. If you're here in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, I do suggest Hangman and Chiropractic. They're very good. Dr. Rebecca's who I had. All right. Woohoo! I'll try to make this straight a little bit. This is how my rows are going to run, I think. Actually, it'd be cool to run the row with the curve, wouldn't it? Because this would be my walkway. Right here would be my walkway, and I could see the road point down here like that. That would be cool. Or I could have it straight like this. Where's the motor? There's one row. Whew. I have all kinds of different corn. I don't know which one to do first. I think this one is the oldest, but I'm not positive. But I am gonna put some, I'm probably gonna do this corn here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is peaches and cream corn that we got from the feed store. My not uncle, I say Uncle Chuck because that's my son's uncle, but it was my brother-in-law who purchased that for us a few years back. So it's been a while, and I believe I'm going to do 2 inches apart. I believe what corn needs, 2 inches deep. stuck in another one somewhere for some reason. Alright. That one can go down here somewhere. Alright. Ooh, thank you for the breeze. I'm sweating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Woo! Let me go write that down. Alright, let's get this covered up. I don't know how many days we've been without rain, but as you can tell, my ground's still moist. Whew. Debating on whether to do another one. I'm pretty dang hot. I probably need to go in and cool off. I will mark this last marker here. I'm not a big sweater, so when I have sweat running off my brow, sweat running off my nose, down my knees, it's a pretty good thing, but I don't want to do it too much, you know. I'm doing this thing where I take care of my hydrochloric acid in my stomach from Dr. Barbara O'Neill's suggestion. So I don't drink 30 minutes before I eat breakfast, which when I wake up I really just take a little sip of water just to get my mouth working. And then I better make sure that's 24. It don't look like 24. It is. Okay. And then I don't drink anything 2 hours after I eat. Don't drink while you're eating. Wait 2 hours after you eat and start drinking water with Celtic salt. The Celtic salt crystal before every cup of water. And you need to drink 8 cups of water a day. So 4 cups between breakfast and lunch, and 4 cups between lunch and your late night snack, which I end up drinking a little bit more maybe at times in the evening, or I eat too much in the evening and gain. Don't do that. I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm not going to eat snack at night, and I eat 1 plate at dinner, 1 plate at lunch, at breakfast. Dinner is at lunch for us. Supper time, I've been doing that at lunchtime. So every 5 hours is when you eat. That gives you 4 hours for your belly to digest and 1 hour for your belly to rest. And I don't feel bloated. You know how sometimes you can eat a meal and feel bloated? I don't get that. I don't even really feel hungry. A lot of times. Everybody else tells me they're hungry and I look at the time, I'm like, yeah, it is time to eat, or no, you need to drink more water. They hate that one. I ain't drinking water. I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. I'm hungry. Well, drink more water. They hate that. Our big problem was eating out because I'd be busy doing something, not even paying attention to what time it is. And they're hungry, and being the mom and the wife that I am, I'm like, oh shoot, I need to hurry up and fix something, no matter what time it was. If they was hungry 2 hours later, I'd fix it. Now, I use my handy dandy alarm on my phone, and I'll look and see what time we quit eating. Then I'll set the timer to start dinner at the 5 hour mark. And go from there, see? Now they kind of say, is it time for dinner? Like, not until such and such time. They're like, okay. They've gotten used to it now. That's a long route. Not sure what that's from, but it's long. See, ladies, mothers, you need to stick with it. It's hard at first to stick with it. 51. I'll just leave it at 51. I'll write down 51. Whew. That covered up. Alright. Thank you for the breeze. There's a pretty butterfly too, a white one. Alright, 24 inches from this point over brings me over to my walkway. I don't know if you can see that far or not. Let's see. So it brings me over to this walkway. So here's my 24 mark right here. Then I'm gonna come down here and mark 24 at this corner. So right here should be my marker. Thought I had another marker here laying, but I don't. Okay. Keep breaking my stick. At least I can see this row. Alright. Since that's a short row, I'm going to go ahead and measure the next one. Yeah, get out of my way. Thank you. Made a marker for this end. Nice little breeze. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for the vitamin D today, too, Lord. How about that? you for having me sweat out my toxins. Yay. Yay for sweat. We don't want to be dehydrated, so what we're going to do is we're going to drink a bunch of water after this. I fix up my nice cup of cold water with some ice and my salt. And then I go door dashing in my hot car, but at least I'm in the shade with a little bit of wind. And when I drive around, I get my wind. So, no air conditioning in my car really ain't hurting me that bad. It does everybody else. Because once we start getting busy, I'm constantly going. So then you go in a store. Well, stores are air conditioned, right? So I cool off in the stores. I've always said we are a spoiled nation. It's okay to be spoiled, but you also need to know what to do when you don't have those items that spoil you. Like air conditioning, phones, video games, you know, refrigeration. What if it happens and that doesn't, you don't get those items, you know? Gotta know what to do without them. All right, let's see how many we can get in each one of these. Record it in our little book, cover it over. And we're done planting corn too. Get a lot done today. Ooh, that's a humongous, big old spider. Thank you for staying over there. That's my alarm letting me know it's 11:30. I've got 36, 35. I can't remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 36 in this row. I'm gonna go mark down. And then I'm gonna go mark down that other one, the other row, making sure you was recording. Got 27 in that row. Let me go write that down. Whew. Alright, let's get it covered up. It's 11 o'clock. I think I said 11:30 a while ago. It's actually 11 o'clock. I'm gonna put all this away. Get washed up. Get my water and everything ready. And hit DoorDash at 11:30. In between DoorDashes, I read a book, so it doesn't affect anything on my phone. So I use my phone for door dashing. And I've been reading Sustain Me from Dr. Barbara O'Neill. Very interesting stuff. I might get a page read, I might get a paragraph read, I might get a whole chapter read before I get an order. But that's what I do. I come out, breakfast after breakfast, do what I can out in the garden, fix my water, go do my door dashing while reading and learning. And that's also inspiration, keeping me going and trying to get me healthy, keeping me doing all that good stuff. And inspiration for feeling better about myself. I read in there about hormone imbalances can affect how your menstrual cycles go, ladies, and also how men can have hormone imbalances that can affect depression, anxiety, all that kind of stuff. We need more progesterone instead of estrogen. Progesterone is the happy drug. So, wild yam cream is a good cream that can help balance your hormones over about a year's time. It does take time for things to heal naturally. And so I started that last night. For ladies, you have to stop while you're menstruating. And it says to apply like a pea size of the wild yam cream. I bought it at Amazon. I just get as organic as you can. And it's made in the USA, whatever kind I got. And so I put it on underneath my arms last night, and I put it between my thighs this morning. And we'll see how I am in a year's time. See what's going on. So I did have a lot of depression a while back, and I felt my mind slipping a long time ago. I said, I'm coming off all my medications. Don't do that. I'm not telling you to do that. But I did it because mine was more vitamin wise, and I said, I'm going to use food to get my vitamins. So I've been eating the right food, trying to. Organically grown food, and as whole as you can get it. So, yes, there's going to be times when you slip up, you eat at a restaurant or whatever. But those are the kind of steps that you take. Well, I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Might be tonight, might be tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.